rise and grind, baby. Except I haven't slept. So I just got back to my parents' house. It is Saturday morning at like 5 a.m. I got a lot of other stuff going on later today, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna go inside, get some sleep, because I don't have anything till the afternoon, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, as well as explain why I was up so early. Later. Alright, so I've gotten rested up, and then this morning I had to go and get a COVID test because I'm actually going on a trip to Hawaii to visit my mom in a couple days. But the reason I was up at 3:30 this morning was because I actually had a friend in town for this last week or so. He didn't want to be in the video, so I wasn't gonna like force him to be in the vlogs or anything, but that's why things were kind of slow this last week, because I had company and whatnot. It was good to see him. I hadn't seen my buddy in a while, but I'm back up here in West Lynn, and I figured while I was in town, I was actually gonna go ahead and put the new wheels and tires on the Mustang. So I haven't even told you guys this, but I actually have 2 new wheels for the rear of the Mustang. So I'm not changing my spoke pattern or anything. Of course, I'd love to get like some 3-piece wheels or something like that, but just not super affordable for me right now. So we're still rocking the reps, but I went ahead and I got some 18x10s for the back, because right now I'm running a square setup with 18x9s. So as you guys can see, it looks pretty good. It's a pretty good offset. The back is inset just a little bit, but considering that this is a square setup for like optimal tire rotation and also for all season tires as well, you kind of can't go wrong with this, and the tires weren't too expensive. But I just decided that it was time for an upgrade, so I have some new 18x10 wheels for the back. I have 2 of them, so we're gonna go ahead and take the car over to the tire store, and we're gonna get some new tires on this baby. So this last week there were only like 2 uploads that went up, and part of that was because I had company, but also I've been working on the Porsche engine and everything, trying to get it ready, and there's just been some things that have coming up. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I was having some problems. And if you're not following me on Instagram and you want to stay up to date with the different shenanigans and things that happen in the garage when I'm in between uploads, then make sure you guys follow me there at Kaidan Odom, because I post a lot of cool stuff over there. You don't want to miss it. All that to say, the next round of Porsche videos will be coming soon, but I think I'm just gonna wait to upload the next Porsche video until I get back from Hawaii, because I still got stuff I need to do, and unfortunately things just weren't going my way. I was having problems with needing specialty tools, and oh, I just scraped my front bumper, crap. And also just running into issues where my own tools were breaking because they suck and I need better tools. So a lot of stuff in the works with the Porsche engine. Unfortunately, it's taking a little longer than I wanted to, but that's just life, you know, and I'm enjoying it nonetheless. Alright guys, so I just made it back to my parents' place. Those back wheels and tires look so good. I don't think I could have picked a better wheel and tire fitment setup for the price and everything. Like, they're just super flush. Look at that. You're trying to argue with me? That is perfect Mustang fitment, considering that it's not an air ride or anything. Like, if you're going for like a static Mustang fitment, I mean, it could be a little bit lower if I had coilovers, but considering that this has so far been a fairly budget build other than the bumper, like that's just a lowering spring. Like, that looks really good. It's practical because of course this thing squats a bit too, so you don't want this to be too close to the tire because when you accelerate you'll just rub. I just think this looks super good. Of course the front wheels are disgusting right now. I just drove this thing up the highway last night and it needs a bath really bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash it and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when everything's all cleaned up. Alright, so I went ahead and I washed the car. I also changed my shirt because that last one got kind of crusty afterwards, but she's looking a lot nicer now. And I'm actually going to a car meet tonight and we're gonna be meeting up with some of my friends, one of which I don't even know if he'll be in the vlog or not because I mean I don't know him that well, but the other one is John. You may remember if you've been watching the channel since like earlier this year. I know I keep saying it, but like this wheel and tire setup looks awesome. I don't think I could have picked a better setup for running like rep wheels on this car. Obviously my eventual goal is to have like nice 3-piece wheels or something like that, but I mean considering that I bought these on like American Muscle, I'd say this is probably like the best setup. So for those of you that are wondering about specs, we'll go ahead and go over that real quick. On the front I'm running an 18x9. This is like the GT500 replica wheel. You can buy it on American Muscle and they're about $150 per wheel. So on the front, these are 18 by 9s, and then the tire is a 255 45 ZR18. Right now I have a little bit of negative camber, so it's tucking in ever so slightly at the top, but overall pretty good fitment. I think once I get the coilovers, I might get rid of that camber a little bit. I'm not entirely sure yet, but not too bad on the front. I think it fits pretty good. Also, you got to consider that this is sitting on my parents' driveway and it's not a very flat surface, so sometimes they look a little weird. Like this one probably looks a little bit more flush, but that's just because of the ground that it's sitting on. And then of course the back wheel, we are running a 295 45R18, and these back wheels are 18 by 10, so they're an inch wider out back. And then of course I'm running a much wider tire. So that's the final staggered setup for this car. Honestly, I think eventually if I wanted to run like a 305 or a 315, I would probably get like a 18 by 11 or a 19 by 11, but I really like the 18s on this car. I don't know why. For some reason, I mean, 19s are good too, and I think eventually if I wanted to have like a big brake kit, then I would probably get to 19 so I could fit the big Brembos, but I really like 18s on this generation S197. 19s just look a little too big with the stock brakes. Of course, if you have the big brakes, then the 19s look a little better in my opinion, but with stock brakes, I think 18s just look a little better. And I really like the look of having the extra sidewall on the tire. I don't know, I'm just I like meats. So that's just my personal preference. Of course, you could obviously run 19s or 20s or 17s. Like, that's the great thing about Mustangs, is they're kind of chameleons when it comes to wheels. You can put a lot of different wheels and tire setups on these that look pretty good, but I think that the 18s are the best looking wheels on this generation S197. So let me know in the comments what you guys think down below, and now we're gonna head out and go to that car meet. Oh, and I forgot to mention the brand of tire. Right now I'm running two different brands because I just swapped those ones out, but these ones are BF Goodrich. I honestly don't know that much about this tire. It's just like an all-season tire because I had all seasons all around before. Oh, they're the Comp 2s, the G-Force Comp 2s. I think they're pretty good. They served me well. And then in the back we're running the iconic Nitto NT555 G2s, and these are basically just a drag radial for the streets. I think the tread pattern on them looks pretty mean. I almost went with the Toyos, but the R888Rs are just a little bit more expensive, and I figured the Nittos have a pretty good reputation in the Mustang community, so I wanted to go ahead and just try those out. They're about $250 a piece, and then with mounting and balancing and everything, I paid about $600 to get them mounted onto the new wheels and everything. So all around, not too bad, all things considered. I mean, it is a really beefy tire, so it is going to be pricey, but I mean, you get what you pay for. That's a super nice tire, hooks really well, and so far I'm pretty happy with it, even though I've only driven it like 10 miles or something like that. But even if it had the same performance as my last tire, I'd probably still get it just because I think it looks so awesome. Now we're gonna head to the car meet. Sorry.
Yeah, look at that! The glare on the floor.
Yeah, that's wild. Alright, so some of you guys may remember John. If not, this is John.
What's up, guys?
I haven't seen this wrap in person yet. I saw a couple pictures and I thought it looked cool in the pictures, but in person it's so wild. Maybe the video will pick it up a little bit. It's iridescent. It like changes colors depending on what angle you look at it. Yeah, where the light's reflecting on it. Oh, that looks so sick. And he got new wheels on here too. And you know, the good old carbon hood. Looking good as ever.
Is it food time yet?
Yes, I'm hungry.
Alright, let's go get some food.
Alright. We got these fire tacos. These better be good. You better not let me down.
Why would the guy from the land of the tacos let you down?
Yeah, that's true. Cool fact about John and I. John is from New Mexico, and before I moved to Oregon, I actually lived in New Mexico. So when we met, it was kind of a funny thing we talked about, like, oh, where are you from? New Mexico. And I was like, you're joking, right? Dude, that's so good.
No, officer, I'm not drinking and driving. I'm doing the do. Did I lie? Are these pretty good?
No, these are too freaking awesome.
Juicy.
Hey, shut up, we're filming here. What? There's two of them.
They gotta go charge.
I honestly think that every video that I've made in the last few months, there has been at least one moment when I was recording that there was a plane going overhead. It happens in like every video.
Conspiracy.
If some of you guys make YouTube videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. Freaking planes going overhead.
I mean, either that or it's race cars doing pools.
Yeah. Or old dads either lawn mowing or leaf blowing.
Or just some in the background. Well, I'm usually that person.
I was gonna say Jason. Alright, so I kind of dropped the ball on recording stuff at the car meet, but that's honestly just because there were so many of you guys there that I was just chatting with a bunch of people the whole time, so I really appreciate you guys if you came out to the car meet. Thank you so much. It's really cool to get to meet you guys, especially because a lot of you, like tonight, seeing you at the car meet was like the first time I had met a lot of you guys, and so if you guys ever see me at a future car meet or later down the line or anything like that, never be afraid to come up and say what's up, because I'm always like introducing myself to you guys and having cool conversations and kind of putting a face to the name, because you know, like a lot of people DM me on Instagram and stuff, and it kind of, there's a little bit of a disconnect I think on the internet, but it's really cool when you get to go out to the car meets and meet tons of people and have a lot of fun. So if you came out to the car meet tonight, thank you so much. And if you made it this far in the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel out a lot when you guys do that. And let me know down in the comments what you think about the new wheel and tire setup on the Mustang. I think it's going to stay like this for a while. I think eventually I do want to get some new wheels, but I've got some other things I need to work on in the meantime. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and dream big.